Okay. So then since it's just the two of us, yeah,
Yeah.
let's make it very interactive.
Mm-hmm.
And because if it was a group, I was really hoping, but so that people who see the recording, yeah, they are able to sort of, it's very introspective, it's very reflective, the way I've designed this. So
Mm-hmm.
if it will be interactive, they'll also have inspiration to connect, yeah, and that interaction may bring deeper sort of inquiries.
That that sounds nice.
Okay, all right, great. I am so happy that you are here and I'm doing this with you.
I'm honored too.
Okay. So, the topic that I have decided is the idea of a woman's world. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I would like to emphasize that it is a woman's world that I'm talking about. I am
Right.
not talking about a girl's world. I'm not talking
Right.
about girl power. I am talking about women. Yeah. And in our culture, um, we don't realize often because like to grow up, and even the whole definition of being a girl and how a girl will become a woman is so relational. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And a girl is daddy's girl. Yeah. And then she becomes a woman, and then she has a partner. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it is so much about giving and nurturing,
Right.
and our value is seen in that. It is so much about innocence
Mm-hmm.
in which our value is seen. Yeah.
Yeah.
And no wonder that in the front line the feminist culture is angry. Yeah. And of course that is a different movement that we collectively need to bash patriarchy, to acknowledge that we are living in a man's world. But here
Yeah.
in Femroom, I wanted to talk about the idea of a woman's world because
Mhm.
it is still a mystery.
Actually, that is what, in fact, intrigued me. And, I wanted to join because I am that person. I am that product of patriarchy who has been on both the sides. One as a complacent daughter, the good girl, the good daughter, good wife, and, everything good with respect to the expectations of the society,
Yeah,
right? And now I am slowly going on the other side where I'm choosing myself.
yeah,
And I have to think at every point that am I being good to others or to myself?
yeah,
And alongside the emotions that I get, like sometimes guilt, that is an automatic thing because of
mm,
the conditioning. Like I'm
yeah,
30 plus, 30 plus
yeah,
years of conditioning. And then the shame that people bring to me. Oh, how can you do this? How can you
yeah,
let your kids stay at home and then you go for something as simple as a body massage, a pampering for yourself when your kid is at home?
yeah,
Shame for this also. So this is a slow
yeah,
transition. And because in online spaces, I have found people who would appreciate and acknowledge that, oh, girl, you deserve this.
yeah,
But in the physical space that I am, people don't, I mean, I don't have that much support.
yeah,
So it's also, a little bit of tiff and a fight here and there, or, making
yeah,
space for myself.
yeah.
So, even I don't know, is there a women's world or not?
Yeah, that's what. And so, like when you spoke about guilt and shame, yeah. So there is a systemic autopilot going, energy going on, yeah.
Yeah.
And in that autopilot energy, of course, we like when we want to change something, we feel guilty because I am disrupting the automatic flow that has worked in the past. Yeah. Everybody feels scared. Now she's changing. Now what will happen? Because nobody knows. Everybody's contemplating in theories of a utopian world, but nobody knows. So everybody gets affected. Even if they are not a direct party, they will have a judgment. Yeah. And so that brings shame. So guilt is also fear that I am
Hmm.
initiating a change and these people will judge me. Shame is also a
Mhm.
fear because you initiated something. I am afraid what will happen. I don't know what will happen. Yeah.
Hmm.
And so a woman's world is actually fully dark. It lies in
Yeah.
darkness because we don't know. As women, we don't know what is a woman's world. Yeah.
Right.
The
What's on the
first
other
step,
side?
yeah, we don't know because in terms of energy also, when we talk about a woman as Devi, yeah.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
in that space, if you look in the, I call it faithology or in the Hindu history as well, because I don't like the word myth, yeah. And because it is about something that is helping me create something. I can't call it myth and have faith. Yeah, that is
Hmm.
such a paradox that I'm creating. So when we talk about Devi, all the avatars of the devs that we talk about have a childhood. Devi does not
Hmm.
have a childhood.
Oh yes.
Devi never
Oh
has a
yes.
childhood. Yeah.
Right. Why? I mean, is allowed in
The-
the.
Devi is never, it's just a fact that Devi never had a childhood. And so
Yeah.
when we look at all the Devis, in fact, like the whole point of like these tales or lores that we go into is that every time Devi has been present and
Mhm.
she demands respect. Yeah. And if respect is not given, she fights. And she says either she fights like Durga or she leaves like Lakshmi and Sita. She's like, no, you're not ready for me. Yeah. And that is the message, because what is happening is we have lost our inherent sense of worth,
Yeah.
and it the worth is very derivative. So because we in our human forms have a childhood
Mhm.
where it is derivative and the design of the reality that we live in is a man's world, we derive from men our worth.
Yeah.
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 Even what mom wants is comes from, like, say, dad or mom's father. Yeah.
Maybe I would want to add that uh, this might be tainted, but what I have observed is that we come from a culture, like even I am not religious, I'm a
Hmm.
spiritual person, but what I've seen is we come from a culture where in every part of the country, especially India, we celebrate womanhood in so many different ways. Like in southern part of India when uh, your period starts, that is celebrated. The womanhood is celebrated, okay,
Yeah.
and we celebrate Navratris in different names in every part of the country, 9 days and all. Just
Yeah.
so
Okay. Hi, Divya. I see Divya has joined. You can come on video. We would like as many people on video. Yeah. Because it is a inquiry. Yeah. It is something new that we are trying. So, yeah. All right. Yes.
this point that we had been there, okay, and slowly maybe with the transitions of the Mughal invasions, the influence of the when we were subjugated as colonial things, when Britishers came to India, we were subject to their rule
Yeah.
and the different philosophies. I guess at that time, this is what my understanding is. I'm not
Yeah.
coming from a
And
particular
so,
book or
like, yeah. But the point is that whenever it happened, yeah,
something.
the point is that now it has happened within my body. And now, if I
Yeah.
think of creating a woman's world outside, it feels like a fight and it feels very scary because I
Hmm.
still like, I see a lot of because I am in the queer movements, yeah, I am in the activist space. I see a lot of women who are like frontlining activism, but if you look at their lives, and I, for a moment, when I was frontlining activism, I was alone. I felt like I have to fight my own father, I have to fight my own partner, I have to fight my own brother, I have to fight all the men. And I felt
Mm,
alone and I felt vulnerable. I did not feel strong. So naturally, there was this space of understanding, and I think the queer movement led me there. Because I
mm,
heard the word in Hindi, they there was this othering, yes, of course, of the trans gender, but the word that they used was tripanthi. So,
mhm,
man is one path, woman is one path, and tripanthi. And then in the queer spaces, we were having a dialogue of um, remove this word spectrum, because if man is this and woman is this, then they limit the tripanthi to something in between. But it
mm.
is a 360-degree journey. If man has chosen a 30-degree angle and a woman is defined to go like somebody who goes into the 75-degree angle, yeah, we call that a woman, yeah. But tripanthi can go anywhere, because tripanthi is
Yes.
like third path. I don't subscribe to the two. And that is when non-binary came in, yeah. So it is unfolding, and so queer movement was the inspiration of this session, because queer people are like, अरे हमारी कहानी तो हमें पता ही नहीं है, because it's not
Mm.
allowed, so we have not told you. We have not heard ourselves. When a child realizes that they are queer, the hate, the self-hatred that happens, the controlling, the trying to, oh my god, why am I like this, that
Yeah.
happens, yeah. So it happens to so many women. Now,
Mm.
a woman who has grown up afraid in these rules, oh my God, why am I thinking like that? Oh my God, why did I shout on that person? Oh, then they will think that I am some tez person, or I am very chalak, or I am a bad girl. Why did I do? There is so much of internalized patriarchy,
Mm.
yeah, that it
Yes.
is not
Yes.
about somebody telling me. So
Yes.
then I was like, okay, so how can we talk about the idea of a woman's world? Because Devi is energy. And when
Mm.
we talk about consciousness, yeah, we talk about masculine as the direction and Devi as the energy. So if the
Okay.
energy does not flow, the direction is useless.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yes.
And what internalized patriarchy does to us is we feel that we don't have an option of not flowing. Go, come here, come here. If somebody says, come here, what internalized patriarchy does to us is, oh my God, how do I say no?
Yeah.
How do I say
Mm.
no? And so before the fight becomes external, and it will be a easy fight externally, if we can do the internal work
Yes.
of listening to the energy,
Mm.
I might still, I'm not dismissing or erasing anybody's lived experience. I might still say, for example, my father tells me we have a family dinner, come. I
Mm.
might still not be able to say no. I will not have an option. But just pausing and saying, does my energy want to go?
I am at my mom's place, and
Hmm.
this is Sunday, and everybody wanted to sit together. So my mom, they're all sitting in the living room area, and she wanted that her room is next to the living room, and this is the
Hmm.
room a little, farther. She wanted me to do this. I just simply say that I'm going to a class, rather than explaining what I'm really doing. So if you have a class, you do it there so that we are near you. I said,
Hmm.
if you are near me, then there'll be a lot of noises and all, and I'll be distracted. I would want to be there, but yet cannot be there, and you would also want that I be there. Saying that no and still choosing to come into this room, which is a little farther away. So I
Hmm.
completely get what you're saying. That saying
Yeah.
no to,
Yeah.
yeah.
And the next step of energy the next step of energy where we can check out and unsubscribe to the brain's logical theory of it, we live in a man's world, is by getting in touch with our cycle.
Hmm.
Our cycle is a 28-day cycle.
Mhm.
Masculine cycle is a daily cycle. Yeah, men wake
Right.
up in the morning. Yeah, if they are sleeping at night nicely, now that is also out of question. If somebody does not sleep at night, so they may have a different cycle, but it's a 24-hour cycle. At one point
Hmm.
of time in the day, in those 24 hours, they feel very energetic. After that, they are very effectively productive for some time. Yeah. Then they are
Right.
satiated and then they unwind and then they go to rest. Our cycle is a 28-day cycle. Yeah. Or if we have done a lot of running around in the masculine space where we are trying to show up like a man every day, show up like a man every day, showing up in the morning every day, no matter what, if we have done a lot of ignoring of our system, which is again not a choice, yeah, but we can slowly move towards it where, like, say, for example, when I have my periods or right before that, my, my body slows down. And if I don't
Hmm.
allow that slowing down, of course, I'll have period pains. Yeah, because my body then forces me that now you sit, you know. And so that is the body's way. But I can slowly do less. I'm not saying check out, but I can do less. Like on my periods or slightly before that, when my body does not have the energy, I will not work out for a week. Yeah. I will eat what I feel like eating. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, yeah, exactly. I can't tell you it has changed the way, and it is again because can't be an expert, no? That is why it is so fluid. Nobody's an expert of a woman's world. Even the greatest feminist who has read and written theories is not the expert because it is unexplored. We are in a
Yeah.
lot of ways like even making in the woman's world, we are like, first I have to fight and win over this man and prove that I'm better than him, and then I'll be able to say, yeah, woman's world, girl, boss.
Yeah.
I
And in
don't have
fact,
to
for
boss over. I should not, that should not be the benchmark of bossing over any man. Yeah. Sorry, you were saying?
I was just adding to what you were saying that for menopause, the scientific research has just started.
Yeah.
They have ignored such a significant part of
Oh,
our cycle. And
our
they were studying.
cycles, our
Hmm.
cycles, endometriosis was dismissed for so long. Lived experience of pregnancies, recovery, everything was dismissed for so long. And women do that. When now the people are more aware, there is more information, people are trying out things. We are still in medicine में तो भैया इतना ignored है female body कि we are still trying out things, you know?
Right.
We are
Yeah.
still trying out and overwhelmed by the subjectivity of each body. So
Right.
when we are trying out also, some woman will only tell us that you are complicating it, you know?
Yeah.
So listening to the body is the first step. And what can I do? I don't have to check out. I don't have to step back. I don't have to leave my job, but I just have to be easy on myself. You
Hmm.
know, yeah, I may not be allowed to go out. I may have 100 restrictions, all of that, yes, but my rebellion can be sleep. I sleep on time. No man can stop me from that. You know, I start there. I'm not fighting anybody yet because I am building my strength. Yeah.
Hmm.
So the first is to check in with our energy, that does my energy want to go where I'm going? Does my energy want to do what I'm doing? And awareness is such a gift because we don't ask our energy. Yeah, we don't even know what we want. We have so many suppressed no's in our body, living as pain, living as fat, living as heaviness, living as acne. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I didn't want this. but I'm doing it because there's no option. Yeah. And so that, and the second step is our cycles. Yeah. And even the third is creating and nurturing. We have done this othering of Devi also. Othering of Devi we have done because what happens is, even when we read the Durga Saptashati, in that what happens is all the gods, yeah, they are terrified by Mahishasur because he has this boon that he'll be killed by a woman. Okay. Now they all go to Devi. They bring out their best weapons. All of them.
Hmm.
I give you this, I give you this, I will give you this. Whatever you need, we are ready to give you all of this. You please go and fight.
Mhm.
We don't focus on that. That first, it is a prayer to Devi with a lot of respect by all the gods that please, we need you. We are going to give you our best weapons. Please go and fight. And then she takes those resources that are given to her with a prayer by all the devas, and she goes and fights. But what have we done? We have just showed that the Durga caricature with 6 arms and one laptop, one coffee, one this, one that. We have taken ourselves further away intellectually from, oh, Devi can fight. Devi cannot fight until and unless Devi is given all the resources and weapons and support that we are standing behind. Yeah. And we
Hmm.
need you. And so Devi also believes that I can fight when she's invoked and she's told, see, we need you. Only you
Yeah.
can do this. Yeah. Who is doing that to our energy? And
Hmm.
without that, we are running, running, running. Of course, we are suffering an energetic and spiritual burnout.
It's like running on empty.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
I, when I hear no, yeah, I ask my body, okay, what do you need? It is so much internal. What do you need? What do you need? What do
Mhm.
you want? How can
Hmm.
I give this to myself? The first thing that I can give to myself is rest. The second thing is creativity happens in the womb, yeah, and nurturing happens in the wombs.
Hmm.
Yeah, the child that is created is nurtured with the breasts. Yeah,
Hmm.
and so when there is no option, no option, no option, it's like an artist, because artists are fluid. Devi is fluid, woman is fluid. Yeah. But it's like art school mein artists kaise hote hain? They are mostly frustrated because history, you learn history. One artist did this, then this other artist did this, then this other artist did this. I find, like, particularly people who are studying art, they lose enthusiasm eventually because
Yeah.
they are just, art is also made to be a science,
Right.
you know so masculinity is a science.
Hmm.
Yeah. It is like, okay, do this, cause and effect, cause and effect, cause and effect. Yeah. But femininity is magic.
Hmm.
So it happened like that the earth appeared, femininity happened, and then masculinity is still making sense of it. Acha, oh, this must have happened. Oh, then this must have happened. Oh, then this. And in that also, they have 100 theories. Yeah. But what has happened is now magic has stopped happening.
Right. And you stop believing in magic too.
Yeah, because science, it
Yeah.
does not. So what is logic? What is science? Yeah. Without curiosity.
Hmm.
I'm not talking about the people who are still experimenting very openly. Yeah. What is science without curiosity? What is capitalism? Yeah.
Hmm.
All of this is patriarchy and it is internalized.
Right.
What is academic system? It is patriarchy and it's internalized. Yeah. because an academic system says that, oh, if you don't study this, like a person can be, I had a client, I remember, she was so good and at dancing and so enthusiastic throughout, yeah, but none of the teachers cared. They were
Hmm.
always on her like head about her maths and science ka marks.
Not sound. Yeah.
Yeah. What is it gonna do? How are you gonna dance your way to like how are you gonna earn your living and all of that? And you have to study these subjects. I
And you
remember
have to
till 10th. Sorry.
excel in them too.
We have to excel in them, or at least like because you'll flunk. You have to
Yeah.
study all subjects. All subjects. I remember I used to hate, like, which is very contrasting, but I was a very math science kid and I used to hate social science. Now I'm like a social science person, but I used to hate it. And I used to be like, ye mera aggregate kharab karega. Yeah, no matter how smart I am, I'll it's just gonna affect me. And with the aggregate, somebody's gonna have a judgment of me. They're not
Hmm.
gonna care about how brilliant I am. Yeah. And so that is what happens to magical potential
Right.
in schools, in
I,
companies, in workplaces, at home. Yeah.
yeah. This is such a common story. Like we know so many people. Like I am one of the IITians who is now exploring these areas,
Hmm. Yeah.
and we know so many stories of like IITians now that stop their job and turn into creative fields like writing or exploring what they really want to do.
Yeah.
What has been done till now was the expectations. Because you are this, or at least in my personal case, what happened was I happened to be bright. So it was easy for me to score marks. So then that was the only option that I was given.
Yeah.
But you cannot choose. Like I wanted to choose art subjects, but no,
Hmm.
you only the option of engineering or medical line.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So again, that patriarchy role and that structure, that definition, that you cannot be anything apart from this.
Yeah. So then, what are we suppressing with the nose? We are suppressing urges with the nose. Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And of course, in the system that we live in, yeah, we don't have really safety in exploring urges, but we
Mm-hmm.
can slowly give into safe urges. Oh, nice. I like how there's a little kid. Yeah. Hi.
Okay, listen after this.
Okay. So we are suppressing urges. And like how your daughter, I'm assuming she's your daughter, yeah? So she came in and she just peeped into the screen and she was laughing. That laughter, that that we are suppressing. It's not some bada sa ladai. It's not change the world. It is very basic that when my body needs rest, I give it rest. When my body is saying no, of course, I have to go most places, yeah, even when my body is saying no, but I at least have a dialogue of acknowledgement with my body that, okay, you don't feel like going, yeah, and it's all right if you don't feel like going. We'll just go there and we'll be back. We'll go and we'll be back very, very soon, yeah. So, dialogues, care, nurturing is first required for the urge of the woman as the girl grows into a woman, you know? And so, what, like, and it can be anything. It can start with the, say, touch. Touch is an urge. Yeah. And I remember, like, I live with my sister. And so, like, when we started living together for around 4 or 5 years ago, um, there was a lot of and even for myself as a teenager, like if anybody used to hug me, I used to become very stiff. Yeah. And so touch is one urge, squeezing our body, so because energy is suppressed by nose, so we can do this activity together right now, where like holding our body and gently squeezing it.
Mm.
Yeah. Because there's so much energy that was coming where I wanted to say no. Yeah.
Mm.
Where I wanted to hit someone. Yeah. Because I was so mad. Where I wanted to laugh loudly. Yeah. Where I wanted to cry, yell, howl. So much energy suddenly was coming and then it was just suppressed. Yeah. So, so the woman's world and the idea of that world, is very simple, where a woman can be. It's not about what are the men doing, what is this, what is that. The flip side of feminism is that the conventional feminism, the heady feminism, the theory-based feminism is that it's speculative. And yes, in the front line, it has done a lot of work, but it is opening opportunities again in the world of men. It is opening opportunities, yes, a lot of benefit, due credit. Yeah. But in the world of men. And
Mm.
that is doing a larger benefit. But how about we open internally? How about we open internally by squeezing and releasing and saying, whatever is stuck, whatever I'm holding back, I allow that to come up. Yeah. I allow that to come up. Whatever I want to create. Let me not just like in I am a kink affirmative therapist. So in kink, what is kink? Kink is the who, what, when, and why of what gets me excited. Okay. And it is not sexual. It's not just sexual. Yeah. It is very sexual also, but it is not just sexual. Like, say, for example, my kink can be a McD. Yeah. The spicy chicken burger from McD is my kink. Every time, like me and my sister sit and we are like, okay, what's for dinner? And mostly we are like very healthy and keeping it clean and all of that kind of a space. But some days, if there is a weekday, yeah, and we feel like, okay, today there's not much joy, we can make that request of, shh, we have McD. Yeah. And then when we agree, both of us, on that, it is such a joyful moment. I can't tell you. It's so ordinary, like it is there. Yeah. But the psyche of desire and urges is also something that is either not allowed,
Yeah,
something
completely.
that is not allowed, something that is impossible, something that is very big. What is your dream? My dream will not be some mediocre thing. My dream would be the impossible thing or not allowed thing, or like even pani puri and all that chatkare and all of that. Yeah. Why? There is a kink to that. Yeah.
Mm.
Because I'm enjoying those flavors. Yeah. And mostly what has happened is we have allowed ourselves that in food, but unconsciously. We were allowed ourselves that in food unconsciously. So
In fact,
imagine.
in
Hmm,
fact, for food, I can say that it's also, they've created s- I don't know if I should call a structure that, suddenly if you start craving something sour, what are you expecting? So that's
yeah,
speculation,
yeah,
and those cravings are associated with your PMS. So that
yeah,
also has, you cannot freely want anything or desire anything. Like my
yeah,
husband, it has happened with me also, that if I suddenly ask for something, then he'll ask like, are you going, like, in generally my
yeah,
PMS time,
yeah,
I crave things. And then that sudden thing, why I ask for something, or want something if I'm not on my periods, or if I'm not expecting to
Yeah,
get periods.
yeah.
So that also is, I don't know,
And
not
so
free.
imagine all of this research and sampling and generalizing is also masculine need to understand the fluidity.
Yeah, in
And
fact,
that,
put it
that
in boxes.
masculine is within us also. Because we also question why? Why? Why am I craving that? Yeah, why?
Hmm.
Because internally, the questioning also happens internally for a lot of people. Yeah, for you,
Right.
maybe it's an external experience. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
and that is a good thing that it's not internal. Yeah. But because today's topic is just that internal question. Why? First,
Mm.
so in kink, yeah, what happens is how we explore is because it's not allowed, no? Like what
Mm-hmm.
is chi chi choo choo? Yeah, all the BDSM things. Yeah, it's not allowed to
Yeah.
tie somebody up. Yeah, but I will do that to you. That is exciting, you know,
Mm.
and it is done consensually and consciously. Yeah, so it becomes fun. So in kink, what happens is when two play buddies, we call it play. We don't call it sex or anything. Yeah, in kink, we call it play. When two play buddies meet, yeah, and they negotiate consent, yeah, consciously. It is consciously because when we talk about paraphilias, what is a pedophile? Being a pedophile is not wrong because a pedophile is who gets excited with while looking at babies.
Yeah.
Babies excite them. Okay. What is wrong is abusing a child. That is a crime. If you get excited by babies, and why? Because it is gendered. If a man does that, that's a problem. Have you seen women around babies? Women will squeeze babies, me, me, smell babies, sniff babies. And we just, because it's cultural, we don't think women are a threat. Yeah.
Hmm.
When we were studying about child sexual abuse, I was shocked to see that little boys are like the statistics show that little boys were actually like had experiences of abuse more than girls. But because in culture we've normalized all of this, so when we talk about paraphilias, the paraphilia is not a problem. That I get, oh, baby stuff turns me on. Yes, my adult partner can put baby powder, dress up like a little child, and put pigtails or do something and be baby like, and I can do whatever to them. The excitement is not a problem. The act is the
Hmm.
problem. Yeah. So if say MACD gets me excited, yeah, if I consciously and consensuously on a bad day where I've done enough and I am feeling very bad and I know it brings me joy, I give myself that pass consciously and enjoy it. Yeah, it's not abuse. But if I'm
Hmm.
not aware and that junk food is my pleasure center, and I'm coping for the sadness or the helplessness that I have in life by mindlessly eating and not even enjoying and later feeling guilt, that is abuse. You know, that is abuse. And so we are so hell-bent on quitting things, regulating life, going on diets. Everything is internalized patriarchy. The only way of stepping into the woman's world is listening. Listening.
Okay. Yeah.
Listening to yourself and not asking why. So
Hmm.
when we talk about that consent negotiation in kink, no, because it is a very vulnerable thing, you know, and kink is what, like, it expands, like how when we are young, touching, nudity. Yeah, the moment we start growing up, cover up, chi, ho, all of that happens. So we start covering up our bodies. Now, what are we excited about? What do we look at on the internet? Naked bodies. Now, when I get a
Right.
partner, naked body is accessible. Oh, don't touch, don't touch this, don't touch that. When do I have fun? When my partner touches what is not allowed to touch. Yeah. That has also happened. Now this has become allowed. Now excitement gone because allowed. Yeah. Now
Mm.
next step. What? What is the next step? Yeah. There comes BDSM. There comes um, P play and all of those things, like all the kinks. Yeah. There comes, okay,
Yeah.
now this has become normal. Now where do we go? Where do we go? Where do we go? Yeah. And so then when a negotiation happens in kink, no, it's such a vulnerable thing. Because what is not allowed, we are pushing boundaries of what is not allowed. Yeah. So in a
Mm.
negotiation, we tell the play buddies that when your partner suggests something, no, even if you feel, oh my god, what are you suggesting, don't say no, 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 what are you saying? Don't say that. Yeah. Just look at them and listen to them and look at them in their eyes and breathe. Yeah. So even when we take workshops, we give a list of paraphilias, okay, and we tell them, okay, these are the 10 paraphilias, okay, and attraction to, there can be attraction to anything, attraction to there is attraction to wetness, yeah, which is generally is like very gross, icky, yeah, wetness, and attraction to babies, attraction to teenagers, attraction to scat play, piss play, yeah, pee play, and all of that. There are anything, yeah. And so it just goes, and I just tell them that, okay, just read it. Yeah. Don't if
React.
it brings a smile to your face, attraction to sweat. Yeah. If it brings a smile to your face, let it. Yeah. But if it is a no, don't say no out loud. Yeah.
Mm.
And you won't believe, in the same workshop, we'll read the list 3 times. Yeah. And if 7 out of 10, 7 were a no, in the third time, out of 10, 5 are a yes.
Wow.
Because just listening. Okay,
Mm.
listen again. Okay, listen again. You have to normalize your urge. And
Right.
because you are conditioned to no, chi chi chi, no, ho ho ho,
Mm.
no, how could you? You're conditioned to react in such a hurry, you know, that you don't have to. अभी तो परमिशन तो बहुत दूर की बात है. Yeah? अभी तो बाहर जाके लड़ाई कर लेना, या बिकमिंग इक्वल एंड मोर देन अ मैन, ये तो बहुत दूर की बात, ये तो करना भी नहीं है, मतलब. या करना क्या है? जस्ट लिसनिंग एंड सेइंग, बिकॉज सोसाइटी क्या बोलती है कि हमारे पास आंसर नहीं है आपकी प्रॉब्लम का. या
Mm.
because when a mother prioritizes her well-being and goes somewhere when she needs to be and leaves the child behind, society has no answer. There is no one who can come and take the mother's place because they don't have an answer, yeah, according to their rules. So they just give judgment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So because there is no answer, most of our queries are just shut down by, it is like this only. It is like this only, shut up. What kind of a question is this? And I too am that weird kid. So with my thing, my parents have the staple dialogue, कुछ तो normal कर लो. ऐसा नहीं होता है, तुम कैसे सोचती हो? Yeah. And so at one point of time, I found myself, I've stopped thinking. Yeah. I've stopped thinking because every time I spoke, or even every time I was thinking differently, I felt disconnected. I felt fear in my body. So I stopped thinking. Yeah. So what is created in this body, is created in the womb. Yeah. And so, like in the masculine cycle, because we know it, every day we go to work, night is when we sleep. Yeah. We have to look at our bodies like that. Yeah. Our ovulation is the time of productivity. Before that is a time of activity. Yeah. And then the luteal phase comes and the periods come. So in that phase, it is the time of rest. It is the time of unwinding. It is the time of seeing what is working, what is not working. Yeah. And so our night happens during our periods.
Hmm.
Yeah. Our rest happens during our periods. And so in that time, like how, like when we were studying about the mind and sleep processing also in hypnotherapy, we were taught that, oh, your mind collects messages. Yeah. And the messages that are familiar go straight inside. The messages that are conflicted, no, you are not conditioned to receive them nicely. Yeah. Like, say, for example, if I say that even salad is a healthy choice, yeah, it will not go deep inside. If it will get filtered. Salad is a good choice. If I say salad is a healthy choice, will go inside. But salad is a good choice because feel good does not associate with that. Feel good associates with the chocolate cake. Feel good associates with eating out because we've celebrated. Every time there is something to celebrate, we go out. Yeah, we don't eat at home. Yeah. So at night, all of those messages are seen. If the filtered messages that are the rare messages or that are not easily acceptable, if they are getting repeated again and again, at night it gets processed and then we wake up with a clean slate. That is how the mind works. But the feminine body in its cycles works with a longer cycle. Yeah. So the feminine energy is actually strategic because, like, what a man processes in 24 hours, the feminine energy processes it thoroughly, fully till 28 days minimum. Yeah,
Hmm.
we stay with things. And now what have we started shaming ourselves for? Oh, you get stuck on one thing. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, I can't move on quickly. Oh, I'm processing deeply. We process deeply. Yeah.
Hmm.
We process deeply. We are energetic on certain days. We don't have the bandwidth on certain days. Yeah. But we are like, we want to feel regulated all the time. Yes, we'll be regulated, but in a longer cycle. A regulated masculine body goes with energy in the morning. Yeah. And then like productivity and then rest, then unwinding and then rest. So if your man is also not unwinding at the unwinding time, evening time, then they won't be able to sleep. Yeah. And then their cycle gets affected, so the next day they won't be so energetic.
Yeah.
Yeah. But when we push ourselves through, it's a longer impact, it's a deeper
So,
impact. Yeah.
So ovulation is productivity and periods is rest, and the other cycles like follicular and
So follicular is the energy phase,
okay.
where
Mm-hmm.
there is that energy and I figure out the direction of where do I take it.
Okay.
Yeah. Where do
Mm-hmm.
I take it? And then the luteal phase comes where I actually start understanding, okay, what is not working.
Hmm.
There I work on letting go. There I work on, okay, what is not working? I have to like looking at alternatives. It's like sharpening the axe.
Hmm.
Yeah. So there are seasons. So if we understand our energy and we don't question it कि हर रोज energy के साथ show up करना है, on the days where there is low energy in the body, you sharpen the axe. You see what are the priorities. You see if you're very tired, are you not listening to your energy? Have you gone out in places where you didn't want to go and so now your body is tired? Yeah. So a lot of it is internalized patriarchy, where we push our energy into directions. Yeah. We don't question. Are there really alternatives? Are there really alternatives? Can I be a slightly not so nice girl and give myself a break? Yeah.
Yeah.
The woman's
I
world
think in spaces like this,
unfolds. Yeah.
I think in spaces like this, and when we are aware, we have started giving that space. Like just when my daughter came, I was not like, no, you cannot enter this space. I was like, come.
Yeah.
And I muted myself and I talked to her for a few minutes and she still wanted. So, giving that space, that acknowledgement, or just letting me be, like me in the role of a mother also, and
Yeah.
me in the role of a student at the moment. And
Yeah.
she was just being the child.
Yeah.
But the way we have been, you know, my own experiences or our own experiences, like you also said, as a person, are not so nice or so welcomed,
Yeah.
that the expectations and all. So I guess, yes, slowly, the thing that you were saying, that we can make that change within ourselves, and
Within
it'll be
ourselves.
easier for us to make changes for the next generation. But to bridge that gap with the older generation, that's a very long way to go.
Yeah,
Be-
that's a long way to go because this permission will bring resentment.
yeah.
Why? How dare you give yourself this permission and I did not?
Yeah, in fact, for me, I would say it's not that I don't even ask their permission now,
Yeah.
because I know
But
that,
but there is like again, it's the because you're looking again for like I don't ask, but can you agree with my not asking? You're still
yeah,
looking for agreement. Yeah.
right, right.
Yeah.
That is seen as defiance.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
So
how dare you?
any woman giving herself space
Hmm.
will be rebellion, will be
Yeah.
rebellion. Yeah. And it is dark. Feminine is dark because feminine is urge, feminine is being. And when we
Mm.
talk about divine feminine and everything, and it is spoken about as rest and this and that, it is so much of internal politics. It is dark. It is dark. It is about worthiness.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if I don't desire myself, if I don't allow myself to be, how will I know that I'll be loved and desired?
Hmm.
Whatever part, however I'm performing, maybe that performance will be desired. A lot of women are performing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I'm not saying stop the performance because that is still risky
Mm.
in this world, but I am saying after a show, rest.
Mm.
After a show, create half an hour in your day where you come back and remove your costume and remove your makeup. Yeah. and and see that, okay, who am I? It's not passivity. Divine feminine cannot happen with passivity, because there also we are using words, allowing. Yeah, they're also being, allowing, all of this we are using, but so many no's live in our body.
Yeah.
No, 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 how can I do this? No, 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 how can I want this? Yeah, so many no's live in our body. And so this magical feminine energy is the flow of energy. And if the flow of energy is flowing, suddenly somebody says something and you get excited, don't stop it. Yes, don't go for it because that feels very risky. Yeah, I'm not advocating a risky lifestyle, but I am saying acknowledge that excitement and write down somewhere, I like that. When I heard that person say this, I really liked it. Can I do something closer to it in a safer way? Can I explore this by myself? Yeah. Can I explore this? And the parts of your body which particularly that you don't like, yeah, you just you just look at those parts and you hold them, and then you acknowledge that all the no's that I have not said, even to myself, I know they live there. Because the moment I even look at that part, my head says, no, I don't want to look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so the no lives in the body. And
Right.
the girl to grow up into a woman has to leave innocence behind. The girl
Hmm.
has to leave innocence behind, because what does innocence is a virtue, and women are kept so redundant in a childlike space, because we will tell you that we value your innocence. Yeah, that is a virtue. Yeah, and then you keep that intact. Don't tarnish, don't taint your mind. Yeah, and your body. Yeah, and so and we'll take care of you and you'll be loved. But in that innocence, so much is loyalty.
Yeah.
Yeah, so much is loyalty. And in that loyalty, what we are told in innocence, don't say no. In innocence, preserve yourself in innocence. Because what is innocence? Be loyal to one person. Yeah. The elder who thinks what is right for you. In that, even if it feels wrong, we don't say no. So the girl becomes a woman when she starts deciphering.
Hmm.
She becomes bad. She lets go of the innocence and says, no, this does not feel right. It should feel right to me, no? If it is for my own good,
Hmm.
I should feel good. If something is for my own good, I should feel good, no?
Yeah.
In preserving, I should feel good. I am not entitled to be innocent and let you harm me. So many people, like I, in fact, had a conversation with my mom when she visited, and she just casually told me that when I had you, there were two children, so I just like kind of left all, like gave up all hope on the business that I wanted to have, and but now I just think like, oh, I just gave everything, and now you guys have a life of your own, and I just feel like I don't have anything. And she was feeling bad for feeling that also. No, and then the
Yeah.
moment she said that, she was like, not that I'm like telling you that, oh no, I'm expecting anything from you. And I'm like, oh God.
But it's still the reality. Like your mom experienced it maybe some 30 years back, and it's still the reality.
It's
Like
still the
me
reality.
having dreams, yes, I am, shamed for having dreams for myself.
Yeah.
How can leave your kid behind when you go for a meeting, when you go for a session, when you go for your class, or when you are taking sessions, your
Yeah.
kid, and though that support that I might have, I'm not even given that directly.
Yeah.
I I have to really take it again. That
Yeah.
hak se mango wala cheez hak se
Yeah.
lo.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the thing that we were earlier discussing, that Devi was given all those resources, that support, and that acknowledgement that you are the Devi. We still
Yeah.
have to fight for it and grab it.
We still have to fight for it
That
and grab
okay,
it.
you
Yeah.
give it.
And
Yeah.
so
And
what
still, and we are living in the 21st century.
yeah. And so that is the lived reality of it. Yeah. But what I
Hmm.
want to
Yes.
acknowledge is the energetic disturbance within. When I ask
Mm-hmm.
for it, yeah, when I ask for it, I there is one ease of asking matter of factly. You know, what stands in the way of me and that ease? Guilt stands in the way.
Hmm.
Yeah, guilt stands in the way. So then I release that guilt from the body, and it's not too much, it is like, and
Yeah.
sometimes
Yeah.
that also where I'm like, say for example, if even taking on, like being a mother and taking on a
Mm-hmm.
career, there is, because taking on a career is, I remember when I started, because it's slightly still niche and unconventional, yeah, coaching space. I was like frequently questioned about, okay, now how much are you earning now? How much are you earning now? How much are you earning now? Yeah. And I felt like, oh God, why am I answerable like that? Why do I have to? Why do you keep questioning? Yeah. And so that is patriarchy,
Yeah.
because feminine is first, let me do, let me enjoy
Yeah.
my work. Yeah. And so all of this is a hindrance. And so if I have things to do and if I have roles to play, yeah, the fact that I have to work hard
Hmm.
when I am, like, say, if my child is a toddler, then I have to, the expectation that I have to work hard and create something and prove that, hello, my career is worthwhile, worth investing. Now support is also
Yeah.
patriarchy.
It, it's so true.
I am
When
a
they
mother,
see,
I'm taking it slow, but that does not mean it's not important. I don't have to work hard to prove that this is important, this was important, this is important, the fact.
yes,
And when I do it internally, so it's not guilt. Guilt comes, but before guilt comes pressure that I've put on
right.
my will to have a career. Yes, have a career, enjoy it. Because then again, the moment I am not enjoying, yeah, I am
Yeah.
again bringing in internalized patriarchy, because first enjoy work. The whole
Hmm.
idea of women having doing it all and being angry for not having support. First of all, doing it all.
Hmm.
Again, energy is limited, you know, and we are
Hmm.
doing it all. So that compassion for self,
Yeah.
where, okay, I will do only how much ever I enjoy. And that needs a lot of listening. Am I enjoying? Am I enjoying?
Hmm.
Removing the need to prove internally.
Right.
It's again
Hmm.
internally, because oh yeah, my career is important. I should be able to say it matter of factly. It should not be like my career is important because,
Hmm.
yeah. And
Hmm.
so much of it is internal. So
Yeah, right.
the first step is not guilt. Guilt is the experience. The first step is pressure.
And the need to prove, yes, that's so true. That's so true. That resonates. I've even written it down because I need to work upon it.
Because with desire also, like I desire a career, उससे पहले ही हमें ये prove करना है कि my desire is worthwhile.
Hmm.
It is like when we carry a child in our womb, yeah, that all of that Devi beings are like Devi verbs are normalized. Because
Hmm.
when a woman is carrying a child, yeah, nobody says, oh, is your child important? Kya?
Yeah.
The
Hmm.
sacred part is never questioned. And the sacred part has the power that उसने खुद को guard कर रखा है. A woman, the womb is sacred. And a woman who's carrying a child in the womb, nobody says, is your child important? The woman never thinks, is my child important or less important? Do I have to prove anything by, or do I have to pick up a fight and prove that my child is important? You know, the
No,
womb
but
has an
uh,
internal, yeah.
sorry, no, please
No,
complete
no,
and then I'll add.
please. No, no, no.
So you said that sacred things we don't need to prove or,
The
ask about
sacred
the word.
things have a energy. The sacred things have a energy where they don't have the need to prove.
But then menstrual cycle, we have so
Hmm.
much taboo around it.
Yeah, but because we have messed it up,
Yeah. And
we
that's a
don't allow
beautiful
ourselves
thing.
rest. Yeah. So it like what the sacredness has to be restored.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
And
that is the process. The sacredness has to
Hmm.
be restored. So even with, like, say, our bodies, when our bodies change, and the whole thing of like, say, bras even, yeah, and we wear bras all the time, and we are like so caged up all the time. What happens when our
Hmm.
body is set free? That experience of setting your body free.
Yeah.
And and it's for a lot of people, like, now at least it is sort of normalized, that there are memes on Instagram about, like, you come home and the bra comes off. But how many people do that really?
No, it happened with me like 2 days back. I went to my gynecologist
Hmm.
and I had some breast related issues. And so there was supposed to be a physical examination.
Hmm.
And during that, she was more concerned about my sagging breast than the real issue.
Yeah.
And we had a conversation around bra, and I said, "It's winters over here. I don't wear it." She said, "So
Hmm.
why? Why don't you wear it?" I said, like for me, it's redundant." And
Yeah.
she gave me a good lecture on support and support of the breasts
Yeah.
and how you should do it. And you are not at this age where they should be sagging as they were. I said,
Hmm.
"Come on, I'm not concerned."
Yeah. Yeah.
So again, that need to look perfect, to look in a certain way because you are at a certain age. So your breast should not be sagging at this
Yeah.
age.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so there is so much of internalized patriarchy. There is so much of us shunning our desires. There is so much
Hmm.
of us, like, gatekeeping our desires. Okay,
Yeah.
no, are you worthy of asking for this? No, 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 you're not. But what is the benchmark of saying no, no, no?
Hmm.
So that is the question. Are you worthy of asking support when you have a meeting?
Hmm.
No, 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 you're not. Yeah. But, or the other side of it, you have a meeting, ask for support, ask it, man, ask it. It's okay. You'll feel
Hmm.
bad. They'll feel bad. They'll say things about you, but ask it. Yeah. That also creates a disturbance. That creates a pressure. Yeah. Because when I'll come back, I'll not be enjoying the meeting
Hmm.
because of the way I ask for support and the way it is given. Yeah. And when I'll come back, maybe it's a very good meeting, but I'll come back to a face.
Yeah.
Yeah. And all of that is internal disturbance. And now, if imagine I have a need to prove like this, what happens on my periods? Do I
Hmm.
even give myself the space to no work, no work, please, no work? If I don't hold my work lightly, I will not be able to give myself a break. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's that no that lives in the body. And divine feminine is not passivity. Divine feminine is
Hmm.
not go the anti-way, rigidity, explosion of energy. Divine feminine is just flow of energy and intuitive flow of energy. Somebody says, hey, do you want to eat that? No. If I have the luxury, let me say no because my body is saying no. Somebody says, hey, do you want to eat that? Yeah, I would love that. I feel very happy. Allow.
Hmm.
So it is about witnessing the internal natural flow and allowing when it flows and recognizing the blocks. There is so much of no, 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 no internally where our energy was bursting forth, but people were like, no. Yeah. That so much of it is stagnant and so much of it is living in our body. So we can do a EFT, maybe. Yeah. To
Uh, I would love to.
initiate,
Yes, sorry. I would
or
love to
it'll be
continue.
recorded. Yeah. So you
Yes, so
can,
I'll
if you
go
want to
back to
leave,
the
you can leave also.
recording because
Yeah.
now my doctor needs me and I really
Okay.
want
Okay.
to. Yes, so
All
I'll
right.
take your leave. Thank you. It was such an interesting discussion. And in fact, I would want it to be repeated, or, maybe we can do a part two or howsoever. I don't know how you have planned it. But I'll
There
come
are
back to the
many,
same.
many more sessions to go. We have a full plan. Yeah.
Oh, wonderful. I would love to
Yeah.
know, but I'll catch the recording for that. So I'll take your leave
Yes.
now and I'll for sure come back to the EFT because I love doing EFT.
Nice.
And sure, I'll surely soon
Okay.
come to it. Thank you so
All right.
much.
Thank
Okay,
you.
bye-bye.
Okay. So in the EFT, we just acknowledge the nose. We just acknowledge the energy that is stuck so that first it starts to flow. Yeah. So breathe in through the nose, breathe out through the mouth, and we tap. Even though I don't know what my dream world looks like. Even though I believe it's not safe to be very excited and indulge in life. Even though I can't say no all the times that I wanted to say no. Even though I haven't said yes for all the times I wanted to say yes. And there is no one reason. All of this blockage, all of this dissonance, no when I want to say yes and yes when I want to say no, lives in my body as heaviness, lives in my body as anger, lives in my body as blame. And even when I blame, there is fear, there is hopelessness, there is doubt that will anyone understand the pain that I'm feeling? I release this stuckness from my body. And I create space for my voice. A no when it's a no, or at least acknowledging my no. A yes when it's a yes, or at least acknowledging my yes, so that I know what I want, so that I can create my world. I release the need to prove. I release the need to compete. I release the need to prove my worth. I release the need to ask why. Why do you want this? Why am I like this? I choose to love and accept myself. All right, you can stop tapping now. If you've been here, is there anything that is coming up for you? Anything that you would like to say? We are almost at the time of checking out.
Yeah, I was just listening because like there are so many things that was triggering me and I did not want to interrupt the conversation or interrupt you.
Mm,
Yeah, because
yeah,
for me it's like yeah, already I'm on my period, so there is a lot of pain and
yeah.
I think I'm living in the actually like since last 6 months it has been like I'm quite sinking into like suppression and depression kind of things. So
Yeah, yeah.
and
Okay.
yesterday only I was like yesterday night only I got my period. So I was literally shivering and like someone asked me to do something and I was like मैं तो अभी खड़ी भी नहीं हो सकती हूँ. I'm
Yeah.
like तुम्हारे आलस का हम कुछ नहीं कर सकते.
Mm,
This was the comment.
yeah. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
so
so
sorry. Yeah.
and like my brother's wedding prep is going on. So my periods also got delayed because I thought that I am not able to rest, and that's why my periods are getting delayed.
Mm,
So yeah,
yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure this must have been triggering, but I think like I was sitting with this for a long time, because I've been in that space of allow, question, question. Yeah. But we focus so much on what is it that I'm questioning that we don't like at least release the block internally. Yeah. And we even if we blame, the blame and ultimately makes us feel more helpless, you know, and then we start blaming ourselves because nobody's changing anything. Yeah. And even this comment was so unfair. Yeah. Mm.
it's every day for me. Like
Yeah.
when I was attending fam room, also like we have discussed this कि हाँ
Mm.
कुछ ना कुछ compulsion आता रहेगा and then I would have to say कि नहीं अभी मैं नहीं कर सकती because I have my session and every day this is happening that I'm pushing myself a lot and then yeah and like I'm not able to enjoy anything
Mm.
and what
Yeah.
you are saying na कि हाँ like I'm not able to comprehend what I'm trying to say but yeah it is like I was trying to figure out that what you are saying how to apply that in my
Mm.
situation पर मुझे तो सच में ऐसा लगा that there is no option actually मतलब
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
whatever
So,
I'm trying
it just tap with that. Yeah, because what is happening in a long time is like we look at a bigger picture, and when then we start seeing the world, that the world operates like this. Everybody is doing this. That is a lived experience of you. Everybody is doing this. There is no support. Everybody is behaving like that. And so I'm not going into internal change. I'm not going into the possibility of internal change because the lens is so much outward, you know and they also have the same expectation. So sometimes maybe when you are trying to rest, yeah, and there is that time to rest, you actually hold your body and you say that I know that everybody puts expectations and I am also putting.
yeah today I did not do anything but I did not sleep as well. I did not even like mentally I could not rest for a minute and physically also like I was in bed but I will not say that my body was relaxed or I was like hush I'm resting. It
Yeah,
was not
yeah.
like that.
So one thing that you can do, is like have your back rested. Yeah, and this everybody can do this, and this works wonders. You must have seen that when we see idols or pictures of gods, their one hand is like this. And when we talk about mudras, this is not Ashirvad or anything. This is called Abhay Mudra, you know,
Mhm.
putting the hand like this and Basically, it is stop. So even at times when you are not able to say stop to others and you are sitting with yourself, your mind becomes the other. So take a little while, you know, and focus on your breath and just 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and it will be very difficult and it can trigger and it will bring out a lot of crying, but practice this. And everything is a practice, because we practice thinking also, no, we practice planning also, yeah, and it goes in a certain way. But you actually do this and you say that even if, like, I am hurting myself, I just say stop. Even if it's my own mind, I just say stop and I focus on my breathing and I focus on my hand being very stern. You see, it's not a soft hand, it's a stern hand. Yeah, and I feel the anger like charging towards my hand and it leaving my body. Yeah, so everything is a practice. So you breathe in for 2 minutes. You can play something inspiring, play something that in the background that makes you feel connected to a larger force. You can play affirmations in the background. Yeah, and you can just say that stop. And this stop is for my mind. This is not for anybody. First it's for my mind. So first we have to stop that. Yeah, and then we go into rest. So try this out. It seems very, and but that is why feminine is magic. But the masculine in us is like, what will happen, what will change, and I understand it's tired.
But right now, it's like I'm not even able to enjoy music. Like earlier, it was for me, like I will go for a drive and put some music. It
Yeah.
will clear my head, or I will just go and sit somewhere. I'm not able to do that. I don't even remember when did I listen to music last
So
time.
then don't go for enjoyment, no, because you're in pain. How will a person who's in pain enjoy? Go for relief. Go for relief because there is a chatter going on. Yeah. So if somebody else's words, somebody else's voice is music, mostly that voice has been very harsh, other people's. So I choose a song or I choose a music. It's not even a person, it's an instrument. Yeah, it can be an instrument. I am shutting my own voice also. I am going to this voice and I am saying shut up to everyone, including myself, and just practicing it for 2 minutes. Yeah. Because like it is very difficult the space you are in, but at the same time, the good part of it is you are so frustrated and done with it. Yeah. So if we can practice little things, then with the faith, that okay, I'm doing this, and let me see what happens. Not from a space of I have to do this, because I want something to change. And I can't tell you how will it change. I can't, because it's so scary that, like, because your head also can't see a way. How will this change? I see no way out of this. Yeah. If you can listen to Kali mantra, that is great, because what is Kali but darkness? Yeah. And when we say no, I can't see anything, I can't see a solution, we mostly get scared. Oh, it's all dark, it all looks dark to me. But darkness में तो ये conditioning है ना, ये भी तो patriarchy की dark room में कुछ खतरनाक होगा. In the dark room, you can switch on the light and oh my God, I always wanted this. Something very good can also be there, So you can play if you want to play Kali mantra. That is now again, that is the energy that has been associated to the archetype. It's not so religious. Yeah. But because none of the incarnated beings are helping. Yeah. And my energy is stuck. So maybe an energy push can change my energy. Yeah. I am only dealing with myself right now. If I just take this from today. I'm only dealing with myself right now because किसी और से लड़ना is too much. It's too much headache. Yeah. So that can also be a great point because we need more nourishing than more fighting, than more proving. हम already थक गए हैं.
Yeah, I realized that when you said ना कि किसी से लड़ना नहीं है, just build your strength. I was like कि मैं पूरी life से लड़ रही हूँ शायद without building my strength.
Without building strength, and that is why it's hurting.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. Yeah. If I hope this turns something very smoothly so that you're not alarmed by the turnaround also. But thank you for joining. I'm so happy that you joined. And Fem Room is happening. It's back. It'll start in Feb, and the timings would be the same Friday, 7:30 to 9. And the fees for now is 50,000, and it's a longer container, by the way. Like Suniti has written lifetime, and I'm so happy that like Suniti has brought a very good energy because we are focusing on the feminine in female bodies, because we know how culture and the experience of feminine in female bodies has been, and only female bodies are fluid enough. Of late, I've worked with a lot of men, and I just feel, अरे तुमको सब allowed है, पर तुम खुद ही allow नहीं कर रहे, you know? And they are so stuck and rigid. And so I feel like, oh, this is a beautiful space. And when women will expand in female fem energy, the world will move because it's a force. Yeah. So it's a very internal movement. So Suniti is very nicely spearheading it. And there is Asa, I am there, and it's a longer container. So she wrote bracket my lifetime, long term. So it is not unlike before. And yeah, we will talk about more embodied internal processes, more alignment and opening up of the feminine energy, so that goals become clearer, so that we can decide directions based on our will. So we are taking it all from embodiment to free will in a very structured format. Suniti is of course going to be there, Asta is going to be there, and there'll be a lot of guest coaches as well. This will also have the format of healing and coaching. So earlier when we went for guest coaches, they also came and coached, but this time around there'll be workshops as well. So it's not just coaching. There are workshops, there are models, there are tools that would be delivered, and then there would be standard coaches who would be coaching. So when the guest coaches come, they will come with tools and webinars and workshops, and plus there'll be parallelly coaching by me, Asta, and Smriti. So the format is amplified. We have learned and we have sort of tweaked it, and yes, we're very excited. All right. Okay. Thank you for joining.
Thank you.
I'll see you soon and often.
Yeah, I haven't attended even EFT since a long time.
Yeah, come for that.
Every Thursday, I think, and then I got stuck.
Okay. No, it's all right because there are recordings. So yeah.
Yeah.
But when you come, like we are in presence of people, no? So
Yeah.
yeah, we're more centered, definitely. Thank you for coming today.
Thank you.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
Bye. Thank you
Bye.
so much, Ritesh. Bye.